Today's lesson is equations transformable to quadratic equations. And for this, we have the learning target. I can solve equations transformable to quadratic equations. Now, certain equations that are not quadratic can be expressed in quadratic form by making suitable substitutions. An equation is quadratic in form if it can be written as au squared plus bu plus c equals 0. Let's have some examples. So you write each equation into quadratic form and find its solutions. First, we have x raised to 4th minus 4x squared minus 5 equals 0. The first thing that we are going to do is check if the middle term's exponent is half the exponent of the first term. Now, 2 is half of 4, so meaning to say this equation can be transformed into a quadratic equation. The second step is rewrite the first term as the square of the literal coefficient of the second term. So, get the square of the literal coefficient of the second term. Then after that, we're just going to copy the second term and the constant term. Okay. Next is assign a variable as substitute of x squared. Say u. In other words, we have x squared is equal to u. So, ibig sabihin nito, lahat ng x squared ay papalitan ng u. Okay? So, x squared, palitan ng u. And then, do not forget to copy the exponent 2 minus 4. X squared, again, is equal to u minus 5 equals 0. So, ito na ngayon ang ating quadratic equation. Okay? And then, notice na ang equation na ito ay pwedeng isolve by factoring method. So, we're going to find the factors here. So, we have, what are the factors of u squared? We have u times u. How about the factors of negative 5? When added, the sum is equal to negative 4. So, we have here negative 5 times 1, and negative 5 plus 1 is equal to negative 4. Then we apply the zero product property. Okay. Then we apply now the zero product property. We have u minus 5 equals 0. U plus 1 is equal to 0. Then we transpose. So you have now u is equal to 5 and u is equal to negative 1. Now, hindi nag-e-end dito ang ating solution kasi nga ang kailangan natin ay ang value ng x. Okay? So, to finally get the value of x, equate x squared with the value of u. So, we go back to this equation. Okay. So, we have if u is equal to 5, so we have x squared is equal to u. So we have x squared is equal to our u is equal to 5. Then we need x, so raise both sides to the reciprocal of 2, which is 1/2. So we have x na is equal to, dahil 1/2 ito, ibig sabihin, can be written into radical form. You have plus minus square root of 5. Then what if our u is equal to negative 1? Then we go back to this equation. X squared is equal to u. So you have copy x squared. Our u is equal to negative 1. We need x, so we are going to raise it to its reciprocal, the reciprocal of 2, which is 1/2. Okay. So we have x now is equal to positive negative square root of negative 1. So we have 4 solutions here. 2 real solutions. Positive square root of 5. Negative square root of 5. Then we have positive, okay, positive I. Okay, because we all know that negative 1 is equivalent to I squared. So we have here positive negative I. Okay, so we have positive I and negative I. Okay, so example number 2, we have y minus y raised to 1/2 minus 6 equals 0. So first step, check if the middle term's exponent is half of the exponent of the second term. Now the exponent of y here is understood to be 1, is 1/2 half of 1. Yes, of course, I mean to say this equation can be transformed into a quadratic equation. So, second step is rewrite the first term as the square of the literal coefficient of the second term. So, get the square of y raised to 1 half. Then, we all know that 1 half times 2 is equal to 1. Okay, by applying power law, then just copy the rest of the terms, the linear term as well as the constant term. Minus y raised to 1 half minus 6 equals 0. Okay? Then, we assign a variable as substitute of y raised to 1 half, say u. Say we have now y raised to 1 half is equivalent to u. So, ibig sabihin yan again, lahat ng may y raised to 1 half ay papalitan ng u. So, we have here u squared minus u minus 6 equals 0. Okay, we find the factors now because obviously, this quadratic equation can be solved by factoring method. Okay? So, what are the factors of u squared? We have u times u. And what are the factors of negative 6? When added, the sum is negative 1. So, these are negative 3 and positive 2. Okay? Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. And negative 3 plus 2 is equal to negative 1. Then, we apply the zero product property by equating each factor to 0. So, transpose. You have now u is equal to 3 and u is equal to negative 2. Then, we go back to this equation to finally solve for y. So, we have, if u is equal to 3, we'll just align it here. Okay. So, you have y raised to 1 half is equal to u. We have y raised to 1 half is equal to 3. Okay? To get y, we are going to raise it to the reciprocal of 1 half, which is 2. So, raise 3 also to 2. So, y have 1 half times 2 is equal to 1. So, we have y now here. Then, what is 3 squared? 3 squared is equal to 9. Next, we have, for the second value of u, okay, so, we have y raised to 1 half is equal to negative 2. Okay? To get the value of y, raise it to the reciprocal of 1 half, which is 2. Okay? So, we have now do it also on the term to the right. So, get the square of negative 2, which is equal to 4. That means negative 2 times negative 2, which is equal to 4. So, we only have two solutions and these are 9 and 4. Okay? So, the solutions are 9 and 4. Okay? For item number 3, I want you to pause this video for a while and try solving this item. Then, after solving it, play the video again. So, let's solve. Now, first step is, we have to check if the middle term's exponent is half of the exponent of the first term. So, 5 is half of 10. So, mean to say this is transformable to quadratic equation. Then, we're going to express the first term as the square of the literal coefficient of the second term. We have x raised to 5. Then, by checking it, x raised to 5 raised to 2 is equal to x raised to 10 by applying the power law. Minus 8x raised to 5 minus 20 equals 0. And then, we assign a variable, okay, a variable to replace x raised to 5th. Say we have here u. So, we have u here squared, okay. What does this mean? Palitan natin ang lahat ng mga x raised to 5 ng u. We have x squared. Okay, ito, magiging u. Then, we have minus 8. Ito ay magiging u din. Minus 20 equals 0. Now, can this equation be solved by factoring? Yes. So, let's look for the factors. Factors of u squared are u times u. And the factors of negative 20, when added, the sum is negative 8 is equal negative 10 and positive 2. Then we apply the zero product property. U minus 10 is equal to 0. U plus 2 is equal to 0. Transpose. So we have u is equal to 10. Then we have u is equal to negative 2. Then we go back to this equation to finally solve for x. So we have x raised to 5 is equal to u. We'll just align it here. Okay. So our u here is equal to 10. Okay. X raised to 5. To get the value of x, we need to raise both sides to the exponent of 5, which is 1/5. Okay. So we have x here. Then what's done on the left side should also be done on the right side. So we have 10 raised to 1/5. Then this can be written as a radical. So we have the radical sign. The radicand is 10. Then the exponent is 1 and the index is 5. So we have here the fifth root of 10. We only have one solution. Then we have here for u equals -2. -2. So we have raise both sides to the reciprocal of 5, which is 1/5. Okay. So we have x now is equal to the fifth root of -2. So we have here two solutions, the fifth root of 10 and the fifth root of -2. Okay. For another set of practice, we have activity number 14 found in your book. Kindly answer this. Pause the video for a while and then after answering, play it again. So let's check. 2 is half of 4. So this can be written as quadratic equation. So next step is we are going to express the first term as the square of the literal coefficient of the second term. Then copy the rest. We have x squared minus 12 equals 0. Then we assign a variable. Okay. So we let u here x squared equals u. Okay. So we let x squared equals u. So lahat ng may x squared ay papalitan ng u. And do not forget to copy squared. Plus, then we have x squared again is u minus 12 equals 0. Okay. So, this can be solved by factoring. So, we have the factors of u are u times u and the factors of -12 and added the sum is 1 are +4 and -3. Then we apply the zero product property. Okay, so we have here u is equal to -4 and u is equal to +3. Then we go back to this equation to finally solve for x. So we have x squared is equal to u. So x squared is equal to -4. Then we raise both sides to the reciprocal of 2, which is 1/2. So we have here is equal to negative square root of 4, positive negative. And we all know that -4, square root of -4 can be written as 4i squared. Then we get now the roots. We have positive, square root of +4 is 2. Then the square root of I squared is I. So we have two imaginary solutions, 2i and -i. Then we have here x squared is equal to u. Then our u here is 3. So x squared is equal to 3. Then raise both sides to the reciprocal of 2, which is 1/2. So we have now x is equal to the positive negative square root of 3. Okay, the other two solutions are positive square root of 3 and negative square root of 3. Okay, another one, try this item. Pause the video again and then try it on your own, and after answering, play it again. Let's check. 1/2 is half of 1. So this can be transformed into a quadratic equation. So we have, next is we're going to express the first term as the square of the literal coefficient of the second term. Okay, then just copy the rest. Plus 7x raised to 1/2 minus 18 equals 0. Then we assign a variable, a substitute of x raised to 1/2. Okay, so we have x raised to 1/2 here. So we let x raised to 1/2 equals u. Then we have u squared plus 7 times u minus 18 equals 0. Okay. Then, this can be factored. So, we use squared. The factors are u times u. The factors of negative 18, when added, the sum is 7, are positive 9 and negative 2. Then, we apply the zero product property. So, we have u is equal to negative 9 and u is equal to positive 2. Okay? Then, to finally solve for x, we go back to this equation to solve for the value of x. You have x raised to 1/2 is equal to u. Then, we have x raised to 1/2 is equal to negative 9. Then, we raise both sides to the reciprocal of 1/2, which is 2. Okay? So, what we have here is x. Negative 9 squared means negative 9 times negative 9, which is equal to 81. Then, we have x raised to 1/2 equals u. Then, we have x raised to 1/2 is equal to, our u is equal to positive 2. Then, we raise both sides to the reciprocal of 1/2, which is 2. Okay? So, that will what we'll have here is x. So, we have now, this is squared. This is squared. Sorry for this. This is not 1/2. That is squared. Okay. So, we have now 2 squared is equal to 4. So, we have two solutions, 81 and 4. Okay. So, for submission, students, kindly answer set B found in your book. Okay. You only have 2 items. Okay. So, when done answering this, do not forget to submit it to me. Okay? It's all for today, and thank you.